Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny e-commerce Flutter app inside. Today we need to see this here the design of the my order screens UI we need to develop here. Look like this UI. Today we need to drawing here inside the mobile screen. Let's start how to create. First of all, we need to making here the screens and we need to go here the profile screens and we need to make this here the new file. Need to give this here the name my order underscore order screen dot orders as we need to put here like it. Now create here the stateful widgets. Give this here the name orders screen and input this here the material dependency. Create here the scaffold. Set here the app bars. Need to develop here. First of all, need to copy any app bars like here's. This one's need to copy here and we need to paste this here this data. Then after need to setting this here the scroll view column like this set here and import this here the material dependency like here's. Then after we need to set this here the text. We need to set here the my orders. Set here the styles, text styles. Set here color, the colors, and we need to set this here the primary text. Set here the font size 34 and font weight. Set here the bold 700. Next we need to setting here and we need to save this here. And first of all, we need to configure the screens inside here the these buttons. Now need to find out here the profile tab screens and we need to put this here the button logics inside this here. Need to set it here like on context.push extension methods need to call my order screen pass this here. If you not see here the second video, please first of all the see second video inside to explain in details how to create like this here the push methods. Now need to save here. Need to go here definitions and look like this here the writing here the code of the navigator push code. So need to set it here. Now we need to close this one and now click here and open this here. Look like this here the showing here the my orders and also need to go here this screen and we need to set here the leading buttons of the icon button on press event context dot push not push need to call here the pop like here's and icon inside we need to pass this here the icon dot call this here the arrow back iOS set here the color primary text and we need to save this here show like this here then after so need to setting this here the padding size box since and horizontals we need to set this here the 15 bar as per UI and show like this here now then after so need to creating here the three buttons need to put here as like here the tab we need to configure here now need to create here the row and expand set here the icon button equal on tab event set here the child create here the container set here the decorations box decorations set here the color the color primary text border radius For a radius circulars, we need to setting this here the 35. Not 35, we need to only this here the 20 is good. And set here the height as a 35. Otherwise, I need to give this here the 40. Now, need to put it here, this ones. Create here the child. And we need to give this here the text. Temporary, we need to set here the value of the text. So need to given this here the deliver status. So need to put here. Set here the style. Text styles. Set here the color. The color white text. Then after need to set here the font size. We need to configure this here this value. We need to set here the 14 medium. Font weight. Need to set here font weight 500. Like so need to configures and we need to show here look like this here the showing here, but need to set here the limits, text limit. Dot center and look like this here the showing. Now convert into the common buttons. Cut this here. Go inside here the common widgets folders. Now need to go here and to create here the new files. Use this here the name round select button. Dot paste these codes. Need to write down here the statelet widgets around select buttons. Import this here the material dependency. Now need to paste this code here. Also semicolons, color extensions. Now need to set here the titles. Final string title like here's final void callback on press event on pressed, and here another final variables bool is select like here, and we need to input this here for these parameters. By default we need to set here the select parameters as a set here the false not selected. Like we need to configurations are the needs. Titles as I need to pass this here the title, and selection event need to configure this here the background colors as well as I need to set here the color transparent. If not, then set here the transparent. Like conditions need to put here. Another select conditions here. If here selected, then white colors. Otherwise, need to primary text colors. Show like this here. And same as font. Set here the regulars. If not selected, then regular. Font weight dot weight 400 for the regulars. Next, need to configurations are the needs, and I need to save this here for as per UI. Need to set it here. Decrease this here to 35 and also decrease this here to 17.5. So like this here. Use this here, these buttons, round buttons. Inside this here the expand view, and we need to set here the titles delivery on press event, set state, and need to declare here the state. Init select tab, by default set here the 0. Now need to put here the conditions as a select is select tab is equal to 0 means here selected. likes, we need to putting here these conditions and expand more. Now we need to set it this here the processing and that here 2 2 and cancel. Need to save here and look like this here the show. Now need to creating here one more things, wrap widgets, not wrap. Need to set here the padding as a horizontal symmetric. Now need to set this here the 20. Now display good and set here columns cross axis elements, set here the start and look like this show. Increase this here the height space. Need to set here vertical 15 is good as per UI. Now need to set here the left. Maybe one press not set. That's why not working here. Now working good. These tabs are the setted here. Now need to making here the list view. Need to developing here as per UI. Need to configures. Now need to go here the these sections. Need to creating here the expand row column inside. Need to call this here the expand and inside need to write down here the list view with separators items text. Return this here the container semicolons. Now separator inside we need to pass this here the text indexed. Need to set here the size to boxed. Set here the height 15 and item count. So need to configure here item counts as a high. Now temporary need to set here the static, making here the UI. Now need to save here. First of all, need to create here the decorations, box decorations. Set here the color white, border radius circular. Need to set here the 10. Then after here the box shadow. Set here the box shadow. Set here the color. We need to set here the colors. The color is white, black, 12, like here. Set here the offset. We need to set here the 0 and Y. We need to set here the 2 and blur radius. We need to set here the blur radius as a 2. Like we need to configurations are the need here. And we need to set here the padding. Const edges inset symmetric horizontal 20 and verticals also need to set here the 15. Look like this here the conditions need to put here. Now then after this container also need to given this here the padding, not context, sorry man. Need to use this here the edges inset symmetric horizontals need to set here the 15 and verticals also set here the 15. Look like this here the set here and we need to save this here and this UI showing like here the for this data we need to spread this here the radius of this blurs. We need to changing here, so otherwise need to set this here the black colors with need to set here the alpha with alpha 0.05 alpha value 0.05 and show like here the similar to UI. So the more spread increase this here the spreads blur and look like this here the show. Now then after we need to convert into the row, creates here the new files and to give this here the my order row dot create here the stateless widgets my order row, import this here the material dependency, and we need to paste this code. Save here, create here the like so this applying here for this data and showing here. Now need to make here the row, create here the column first of all. Need to go inside outside this here the box decorations. Need to write down here the childs and need to give this creating here the column and make sure need to set here the main axis size as a set here the minimum. Sometime make issue, that's why I need to given this here, and also need to set here the cross axis alignment, so need to set as a start. Then after so need to making here the row, and we need to set here the text. We need to need here the text property declares here also need to showing this here the order numbers, order number, and we need to set here the 9. Randomly need to put this any numbers like these orders, and we need to set here the style, set here the color primary text. Then after we need to set this here the font size, 14 medium, font weight, set here the 500. Relax need to configuration size per UI. Now need to save here and show like this data. 16 semi bold. Now display bold. Now need to set here the date. Copy this one, paste this here, and we need to call this here the wrap with here the expanded. Set here the sized boxed width as set here the height. Otherwise, you need to set here the 15 is good. If you need here more space, then to decrease this here, this ones. Now need to set here the portrait medium, 500 and place the text. Now need to show here the dates of these orders. Now actually need to set it here the dates and show like here's as per UI. Same as now create here the another row. Copy, paste this here. Now need to replace with this here the orders and this side put it here. Set here the 8 and need to set here the titles tracking number like yours, and we need to set here the tracking numbers. We need to set here the IW and random numbers. Need to put this here as per UI, and we need to set here the font size 14 medium, and also check here the tracking regular 14. Remove this one and show like here's now need to given this here the height space. Need to copy this one, paste this here, set here the height, set here the 8, and look like this here the showing here. Again, so need to copy this row, paste this here, and we need to copy here this side. And now need to set here the quantity, and we need to set here the 3. Check here the font size 16 semi bold. Look like this here. Again, so need to copy, paste this here, and now need to set here the total amount. Need to set here the amounts. show like this here for the total amounts, and we need to remove here this expand keyword and showing like this here this data for the quantity. Copy here this ones, and we need to set it here the 15 and show like this here. Now make here the buttons and delivery status. So need to making here again. So need to copy this row and we need to paste here. Now need to set here the status. We need to remove other things. No needs. Now need to clean here everything. Set here the titles as a delivery status. Delivery deliver. Set here the color green and font look like this here. The show also remove these ones. Set here the space. Show like here the status. And now need to making here the button round button. Set here the titles details and on press event to open this here the new screens for use. Now need to check here the type round button types dots need to use this here the line and show like here's and need to check here the height 35 and width need to set here the 100 and similar to these designs need to making like here the configurations and we need to set it here and this UI are the done and increase this here the space between here two cells need to making here the 20 need to increase this here and set it this here. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down inside the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.